Dependabot. Dependabot is a tool and open source that will open pull requests for you to update your dependencies. So let's take a use case. You have some repository and it supports many languages. And now you use version 1.0.0 of one of your dependencies, and it's now already in 1.1, and it was not auto upgraded. So Dependabot will scan it, will scan your files, and then open you a pull request and tell you, hey, if you merge this pull request, I will upgrade this dependency. So this is a good mechanism for you to semi-automatically in a controlled manner upgrade your dependencies. So as you see, we have a GitHub repository named Dependabot core. It's also automatically incorporating with GitHub, but if you don't use GitHub as your repository, then you can use the Dependabot core, and it would it's an open source, right? And you will be able to allow it to update open pull request to update your repository. It supports Python, PHP, Dart, Elixir, Elm, Go, Rust, Java, .NET. It can also update Git submodules, Docker files, and Terraform. Right, so it checks for the latest version of a dependency that resolvable given the project other dependencies, and generate updated manifest and log files for new dependency version, generates PR description that include the updated dependencies changelog. So in order to run it, you can either just incorporate a dependabot.yaml in the .github directory, or you can use the Dependabot core library and run it. It's also possible to run it as a CLI. And that's it. It's really nice. I've worked in the past. I'm not sure it was Dependabot, but in a system that automatically created such pull request. It was good. It allows you to test it, to have controlled commit for it, and it's an open source. So if we would take a look at the actual sources, then, for example, it has directories for all the languages, like in GitHub, it has directory for Elm, for Gradle, X for Maven. Maven is a directory in the open source. And if we look at the Maven, we see lib dependabot. Inside it, we already see that by the file suffixes, it's Ruby. So this tool was written in Ruby. Ruby is a very nice language for writing sysadmin script. Today, I would say maybe Go, but Ruby is still a very solid scripting languages for sysadmins and operations. Go could be stricter. I mean, Kubernetes is written in Go, so Go could be a better choice today. And it has an update checker.rb, for example, for Maven. And in this update checker, it basically scans the files, right? So it has module Dependabot, module Maven. It scans the requirements, the version, the properties, and tries to check if Maven has a newer version for your specific version. And if it has it, then it would try to create a pull request based on it. And that's it for the Dependabot. Very good tool to adopt as part of the CI integration as the pipeline in order to upgrade your libraries. Almost it supports all languages. The GitHub repository has 3.8k stars, which is pretty decent. and the Git repository is frequently updated. Latest commit was 11 hours ago, right? It has 18,000 commits. It's free, so it's a solid current pull request updater for your project written in Ruby. Pretty good. And in the future, if something pops up, and then you could just replace it because it's not part of your requirements or libraries. Also, Ruby is very readable language. Today, probably I would prefer Go, but Ruby is also a solid choice for this kind of tasks. So, Dependabot, highly recommended to use as part of your workflow.